All right, I'm live. Dolphins fans, what's up? I am so sorry that I was absent this entire week. Uh, had a little bit of a mouth procedure going on with my jaw. Had to heal up. I couldn't really speak very well, and if I could, it hurt a lot. I'm a little better. Speaking is still tricky, so I'll be speaking. Just trying to keep it easy. I'm doing okay. About the game, I'm not feeling too optimistic. I'm kind of seeing this as that game where we're probably, I don't know. A lot of people are calling it the Fire Bowl, the 1-5 loser bowl, whatever. I do think that there's going to be some changes to one of these teams, whichever one ends up losing. However this goes. It's good to see you in here, Blake. Thanks for coming in, brother. I noticed that. I noticed that Ewers was the backup, and that's interesting to me. I'd be, like I said, I've always, since he came on the team, I've always said that I would rather see Ewers come into the game above Zach Wilson. So we'll see what ends up happening there. If that ends up being a reality, if Tua comes out and farts the bed, I wouldn't be shocked if we saw Quinn Ewers tonight. It's supposed to be nasty. It's supposed to be tons of rain and just horrible weather. But I mean, once again, we'll see what ends up happening there. The Browns are given 2.5 points to the Dolphins here. I'm not sure why. I mean, I know the Dolphins aren't good, but I don't think the Browns are much better, if at all. I mean, maybe the 2.5 is just because the Browns are the home team, but they're not much better. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening here. Kickoff's about to start, and we'll take it one play at a time. This is I didn't have a chance to do a preview because of the surgery, but I will. I said I wasn't going to pick the Dolphins to win any football game until they actually show something in game, but I do want them to win. I don't want our team to lose. That's not how I operate. Let's see if we can get this going. So 2.5 point favorites for the Browns at home. It's going to be nasty weather. 20 to 30 mile an hour winds sustained, and 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts is the weather. That's not good weather for passing the ball. So you could look for the Browns to, and even with the weather being good, look for the Browns to run the ball a lot, and even more so now with the weather the way it is. Dylan Gabriel is not the passing type of quarterback. Let's see. Hey, Liz, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. About to have this football game dominate our lives for the next 3 hours. Give me something that's going to work well. Yeah, it could, Blake. It could get real ugly. The main thing is we need to run the ball, and we need to stop them from running the ball. That's the trick. If we can't do that, it's gonna get real ugly. Like I said, don't expect the Browns to do anything but run the ball, really, especially if the weather proves to be what it's looking like it's going to be. It is not pretty out there, so we'll see how this ends up working out. For the season, Tua is 127 of 182, 11 touchdowns, 7 picks. Lots of picks for Tua in this so far. Dylan Gabriel is 51 of 89 for 3 touchdowns so far. I think he's played 2 or 3 games. Not horrible. in my opinion. I like the no picks thing. That's nice for him. Got to get a win here. You can't go down 1-6. I mean, we couldn't go 1-4. We couldn't go 1-5, and here we are. You go 1-6, and this is, there's an inkling of hope still for some fans. Not everybody. A lot of people have given up. As far as I'm concerned, I always want them to win. I always think that there's a chance. Like I said, you guys know me. I'm pretty honest about the team. I'm just hoping that something different can happen here. And it's going to start with that run game. Are we going to run the ball? Or are we going to stop them from running the ball? That's the big thing. That's what has to happen. And here we go. So Zach Wilson, Matthew Judon, Taj Washington, Cedric Wilson, and Storm Duck are all inactive for this game. I really thought Storm Duck was going to be back. Elwood, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in, brother. I was really hoping Storm Duck would be back for this game, but he was doing full practices, so either something happened at the end there, or he'll be back next week. Time will tell. I'm not sure why. I keep pulling up the Dolphins game, and it's showing me the Vikings game for some reason, which is weird. Not sure why it's doing that. Let's see. We'll figure this out. Tackled by Micah Fitzpatrick on that opening kickoff. Micah. 27-yard return. Ball's at the 33. Me too, Elwood. Me too. Wouldn't that be nice? While we're wishing for things like that, I wish it was prime Zach. I wish it was prime Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor. That'd be even better. Dylan Gabriel scrambles for 6 yards. Good grief. 2nd and 4 Cleveland. You know he's not going to want to throw the ball much, so they need to really queue up on this. Yeah, I would too. Zach Thomas would love to play, I bet, even in his older age. Jason Taylor's pretty happy coaching. They're down in 3 on the 1-yard carry. They've really got to contain Judkins. If they can't, this game is going to be over quick. As of right now, weather doesn't look that bad. But Cleveland's always got a slippery field, so they need to keep that in mind. Look for players to be slipping everywhere. It's going to be one of those north-south type of games. You're not going to really change direction too much. And that brings up 4th down and 3. A good stop by the defense. Yeah, we did. Dylan Gabriel, that run for 6 yards, contained him. I would say that was a little questionable, but yeah, Jason Taylor's coaching in college. He's not a head coach, but he's coaching and he's loving it. So, I can't remember where he's coaching at, but yeah, he's coaching. Is he coaching at the U? I can't remember. Yeah, Dolphins did a great job there on that first possession, stopping the run, queuing up on it, making good tackles. That initial contact is huge for Miami. They need to do that. Um, they've got to continue to do that during this game. It's going to be heavy running game. So if Miami can queue up on that and do that, that's awesome. That's what we need. So good job, Miami defense, for standing up and making the stops right off the bat. Set a tone. That's what they need to do, and that's a good start right there. Looks like a penalty on Juju Brents for holding. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna have to see that. Yeah, you're right, Elwood. Yeah, definitely, he's coaching for you. Um, yeah, it was holding on a kickoff where it went to the end zone. That's stupid. I didn't see it. I missed. I didn't see the hold. Got to stay clean too. That's another thing. Can't be doing this stupid crap. Make sure you guys throw likes down if you're in here. I appreciate it always, but make sure you do that. I'll try not to give you a reason to dislike. All right. It's like a 4-yard carry there. I'm a few seconds behind you guys, just so you know. All right. Dolphins got a long way to go on this opening drive if they can sustain it. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They've got so many receivers and pass catchers on this team, even with Tyreek Hill out, and they really need to involve some of the other pass catchers, not just Jalen Waddle. I love Jalen Waddle, don't get me wrong, but they need to involve some of the other guys. Um, Looking at 3rd and 2 here. Tua's got Malik open in the flat, and it's like a 13, 14-yard catch. Not bad. First down, Miami. Up near the 30. Wow. Darren Waller took a double and left. They left Malik open. That's crazy. Got a double Darren Waller, I suppose. Tua wants to go deep. No one is there. I'm not even sure what that was. He threw it out there like someone was there, and there was nobody within 20 yards of that ball. I'm not sure what that was. Man, the Rams stomped on the Jaguars today, 35-7. Man, just when everybody started talking about the Jaguars, they go out and they lose 2 straight. This year is nuts. Achane fumbled the ball on that. Why are we doing that when we're back so far? We need to get the ball down the field a little bit if we're going to throw it. I mean, I get, keeping honest with things, but man, that's going to bring up fourth down. No bueno. Yeah, it's no good. All right, well, first possessions result in no points for either team, and now we're looking at next round of possessions for each team. Got a 7-yard return by the Browns, and that brings up first down for Cleveland. Liz, I would love to see Jason Taylor in a coaching facility, in a Miami Dolphins coaching facility. I think that would be perfect. I would love to see that. All right. Elwood's trying not to cuss. Well, we'll see what happens as the game goes on. I'm not going to hold my breath, Elwood. It's okay. This is a safe space. If you need to, I understand. Oh, man. I try not to, too. I in my younger life, I used to swear a bunch, like a sailor all the time. And I just kind of, I'm not picking on anyone when I say it. It's just, I just felt like I needed to not do it anymore. It still comes out occasionally. I'm not perfect, obviously, but I do try not to. Wouldn't that be something? I'll tell you what, I would love to see Dan Marino in a general manager role. That would be awesome. I'd like to see Jason Taylor coaching too. I don't know about a head coach yet. I don't know if Jason Taylor would even say that he's ready to be a head coach, but I would love to see both of those men involved with this team. That would be awesome. Didn't that deep pass look good? I was confused. I was like, who was that even intended for? And there's nothing. It's just a deep pass with nobody within 20 yards. I'm not sure what happened there. He looked pretty convicted when he threw it. So, I mean, somebody was supposed to be there. I just don't know who was. First rush for Junkins on this possession, no gain. Aqua, I'm working on trying to get Battlefield, man. I gotta come up with some cash to do it, but I'm gonna get it. It's gonna happen soon. I'm gonna get it. Everybody seems to be enjoying it pretty heavily, so twist my arm. Yeah, it looks fun. Been watching a lot on it and making sure, because I don't like spending. I mean, because realistically, if I'm going to buy that game, I'm going to spend $100 on the special edition one, and I'm not going to spend that kind of money on a game unless I'm sure it's something I'm going to get some significant amount of replay out of. So good stop on the flat pass there. Dolphins are playing solid defense so far. They need to keep this up for the whole game, but playing good, solid defense, hitting hard. False start on the Browns. That'll bring up third and 14. Third and 14 for Miami or for Cleveland. Happy to see Green Dot Tyrell out there again. Did you guys see Aaron Rodgers get tackled by his own player, like celebrating and him getting all mad? He's such a wuss. Man, Aaron Rodgers just needs to. I think he needs to retire. I mean, you shouldn't be playing football at his age anyway. Obviously, he's such a jerk. I'm glad he's not a Dolphin. I wouldn't be able to stand having somebody on our team like that. Illegal contact. What? Wait, where? What happened? Okay, here I gotta watch this. I'm sorry, guys. I need to see. I didn't see this illegal contact. There was no illegal contact. What in the? I can't blame that on Miami. There was nothing there. Good grief. 6-yard tackle or negative 6-yard rush for Judkins. Good tackle by Jack Jones. Man. There are my dogs barking and yelling at each other. Oh my goodness. 2nd down and 16. Oh, I thought that was a pick. And that said it's a 1st down for the Browns. Goodness, I thought that was an interception. What happened there? He had it in his arms, let it go. No bueno. And that was Rasul Douglas who tried to grab that interception. I mean, I'm not going to get too mad at him for it. I mean, it's a relatively inconsequential time of the game. Still on their side of the field. I'm going to let that one slide, but kind of wish he would have just stuck with the player instead of going for the pick there, personally. But I see why he did it. So Dolphins doing real solid against the run so far. Elwood's on number 4. Oh, man. They're going to throw roughing the passer on that? You got to be kidding me. Oh, man, that is so weak. Come on. That wasn't a The announcers called it a Macho Man Randy Savage clothesline. He barely touched him. Like, he tapped him with his fingertips. And then Dylan Gabriel just fell down. Like, come on. That is so gay. Jeez. Well, if the refs keep bailing him out like that, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's not because I'm a Dolphins fan. Anybody had a play like that, I'd be saying the same thing. That is the stupidest roughing the passer penalty I've seen in a while. Goodness gracious, that's horrible. Let them play, man. It's football, okay? It's not two-hand touch. Good Lord. Jeez, that's unreal. Oh yeah, snap it to a QB. Oh man. All right. Oh, got a little bit of room here for Judkins. He's going to turn the corner. Yep. And that'll bring up first down for the Browns in the red zone, the 18-yard line. Jones sat on his haunches just a little bit too long on that play. Blake, I'm going to go ahead and say that those two penalties that we've had so far that gave them first downs, I don't think those were penalties, man. Just me personally. I'm not gonna say the Dolphins, committed penalties there. Those weren't penalties, neither one. It's ridiculous. I'll admit when there is a penalty that they've actually committed, but those first two were horrible calls by the referees. Playing pretty solid defense except for those two penalties so far. And that'll bring up fourth down on the incomplete pass to Jerry Jeudy by Dylan Gabriel. Looks like the Browns are gonna. I don't know if they're gonna go for it here. We'll see, but if they're smart, they'll take the field goal. And they do. So the Browns are up 3-0 on the Miami Dolphins. Oh man. There we go. Got my handy dandy little banner up. It is not the first team to score that I was hoping for. But the referees give them a field goal there on that possession. And now the Miami Dolphins got to come out and play some catch up. I'm glad they stopped them there at the end. Didn't let him get into the end zone with a touchdown, and I'm not going to put those penalties on Miami because they were not penalties. Neither one of them, the illegal contact or the roughing the passer, both of them were absolutely horrible calls. So I'm not going to hold those against our team. That's ridiculous. And that's the two reasons that drive went as far as it did. Otherwise, that would have fizzled at the 30-yard line. of the Browns. So a little bit of resiliency by the Miami Dolphins defense to kind of slow that down and stop it at the end there, because it shouldn't have gone that far in the first place. So Miami Dolphins offense is going to look to get back at it here, and hopefully they can figure some things out. Jeez, unreal. Like I understand, penalties got to be called, but those aren't penalties. Neither one. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. Horrible. Judkins, 7 carries for 22 yards on those first 2 possessions for him. "24-yard return from Malik Washington on the kickoff. And it'll be 1st and 10 Miami." Hey, George, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming in, dude. Make sure you guys throwing down those likes. Let me get that algorithm going. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Great run by Devon Achane coming off that off tackle. Great job. 46-yard carry for Devon Achane. Miami Dolphins in business. Yeah, Savai Naya with a great block there. I want to see that again. That was a big gash play. And that's what we need. We need a few of those. Oh, man, there was more than one good block there, too. 3 solid blocks. Right off tackle. You love to see that. Let's go. Oh, man. Tua buys time. Throws a duck, but it ends up being a catch for Waddle. Another 1st down. Fast forward a little bit here if I can. There we go. Ollie Gordon sighting. Ollie Gordon sighting, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. Ollie Gordon forward for -1 yards. It's okay. We need to do it anyway. You got to accept that. Miami Dolphins on the tip of the cup. The ball's on the 17. 16. No, 18, I'm sorry. After that 1-yard carry for Gordon, they queued up on him. And that's the problem, is they're putting Gordon in only when they're going to give him the ball. And as soon as Gordon goes in, they're queuing up on him. So they need to use Gordon a little more in other situations where he's not necessarily getting the ball. But that's the end of the quarter. So we're looking at 2nd and 11 on the second when the second quarter starts up here in a minute. End of 1, Miami 0 and Cleveland 3. Dolphins are in business though. Solid run. 46 yards carry for Achane. That was huge. So doing well. To a 3 of 4 for 28 yards. Devon Achane, 3 carries, 54 yards. Jalen Waddle, 1 catch for 15. That's where we're at right now. I like that 3 carries for 54 yards. That's almost 20 yards a carry. It's 18 a carry. And you like to see that. Jordan Brooks has 4 tackles so far. He's been busy to start this off. D-line is playing a little stiffer than what we've seen out of the Dolphins defense so far. So you got to hope that continues. If it continues, Dolphins have a good chance to win this game. If it doesn't, then you're looking at another loss. It's just that simple. Stop the run the ball. That's what we need to do. There's not much need for any other keys to victory or any other thing to happen. Just we need to run the ball, and we need to stop the run. That's it. That's it. And to start this off here in the second quarter, Miami needs to score a touchdown. No field goals. We can't have a bunch of field goals. We need to score touchdowns. That said, being down 3-0, if we get to a point where it's 4th down, that's going to be a hard decision. Okay. Von Achane carries for 2 yards. Yeah. Got to keep doing it. That'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Miami. It sucks because on that last run play by Devon Achane with the 3rd down run or the 2nd down run, man, he had a lot more room to run there. He just kind of got tripped up. He probably could have run that a lot longer. Elwood's on down at 8. Miami Dolphins settle for a field goal after that pass attempt on 3rd down. He had Waller open on that play. I don't know why he threw to Washington there. I mean, I see the logic, and that ball went exactly where it probably needed to go to make that catch, but that's not the play you want. I don't know why he went to Washington in the first place. So, and we are looking at 3-3 after Riley Patterson bangs through a field goal. Miami 3, Cleveland 3. I really would have liked to have seen a touchdown there, but I understand the field goal call. Smart move by Mike McDaniel calling that field goal. Got a lot of game left. Need the points when you can get them. Got to keep these referees from calling bad penalties. Right now, you're looking at about 28 degrees out here in North Pole right now. 28 degrees. Got about a half inch of snow on the ground. Winter is working its way into the forecast for here. 28 degrees, a little bit of snow on the ground, not much. It'll probably get to about 35 today. Cloudy. I got a big window right over my computer screens. So during these streams, if you guys ever see me look up like that and someone's in the driveway or something, I'm just looking. Okay. $80 in Virginia, man. I think I would die if it was 80 degrees right now. I have 2 trips out of the country here this winter. In January, my wife and I are going to Mexico. She earned a vacation for me and her with the company she works for. She worked really hard to earn it, so I'm grateful for the chance to go to Mexico with her. And then we come back to North Pole, and then we have 3 weeks back home, and then we're going to Mexico again with the entire family for my mother-in-law's birthday. So I'm going to be spending a couple weeks in Mexico in the middle of the winter, which is going to be great. You got to get out of this 20, 30 below that we're going to be having at that time. It'll be nice. A little break from it. Titans standing up strong against the Patriots right now. That'll be interesting to see if that ends up continuing. And after that pass to Corley by Gabriel, the Browns are looking at first down on the 36-yard line. Ugh. Oh, I will not. I will not drink the water there. Don't worry. If it's not bottled, I'm not drinking it. Three yards on that scramble by Dylan Gabriel. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Browns. Dolphins doing real well slowing the run down here. They just need to continue to do that. Make Dylan Gabriel make the passes, and eventually Dylan Gabriel is going to give us a ball to catch. It's going to happen. They just need to continue to make him throw the ball, which means stop the run. Like I keep saying it. I mean it. Stop the freaking run. Continue with this. So, 3rd and 6 for the Browns after that 1-yard carry from Judkins. I'm doing okay losing the weight without dysentery. Thank you very much. How was that? I got to see it again before I comment. They're calling pass interference on Minkah Fitzpatrick. And I'm not sure. Dude, they were. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. That's three bad calls. Unreal. Unreal. Judkins busted one. That's another terrible call that led to points for Cleveland. Terrible penalties. That's just unreal to me. And Fitzpatrick is down. You got to be joking me right now. Man. Man. At least Fitzpatrick got up. That's good. I got to tell you, it's frustrating to see 3 penalties completely change the game. It's very frustrating. Jeez. Unreal. We'll see how this turns out here, though. Oh, man, that's frustrating. The penalties got to stop. And like I said, I'm not blaming Miami on these penalties so far because they're not. They're not penalties. These are horrible calls that we're seeing so far. That's the frustrating part. Absolutely horrible calls. Not what you want to see. Ten to 3, Cleveland over Miami. 11 minutes or so left in the second quarter. Unreal. Man. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. You know, holy crap. Elwood said it best. He's at 15 for this game so far. Diaz-Scridge on the fumble and the kickoff. Browns recover. Awesome. Yeah, that's a new one. That's definitely a new one. Oh, jeez, dude. Something's got to change. If they can't, this game's over. Zach Sealer on a solid tackle there. 3-yard loss for Judkins. That'll bring up 3rd and 11 for the Browns. Oh, look. Jeez. Man, I'm becoming frustrated. Have they even called a penalty on the Browns yet? I don't think they have. I think all the penalties have been called on Miami. Oh, they got one penalty on the Browns for 5 yards so far. 4 penalties on Miami for 44 yards of punishment. What in the world? These penalties are nuts. I got to see it before I get super mad, but let me get another look at this real quick. Jeez. What are they doing? No, he looks like he has the ball. How is that roughing the passer? I'm sorry, guys. These penalties are unreal. It's not. I know I'm a Dolphins fan, but these penalties shouldn't be being called. This is ridiculous. This is unreal. They're right now. The Browns are being handed this game. Solid defense from Miami. Good job so far. These penalties are unreal. I do not fault the Miami Dolphins on any of these penalties so far. None of them. They're all ridiculous. I'm just saying it. This is blasphemy. Seeing this, you can't make this crap up. This is horrible officiating. No fault to the Miami Dolphins on these penalties. None. No. Defense has played well, and they're being screwed by the referees right now. Better not tackle him. You'll get a penalty for some stupid shit. This is ridiculous. I'd rather them just lose the game fairly instead of being screwed by referees. This is unreal. That's 5 penalties that shouldn't have been called. All have been called, and they're stupid. Like this isn't even. These aren't even questionable. These are horrible calls. Even the announcers on national television are saying these are questionable. So it's not just me saying this. I'm not just, oh, he's a Dolphins fan, so he's going to think these are bad penalties. No, these are horrible calls. Ooh, a little bit of aggression coming out of me there for a minute. I'm getting mad. The Browns are likely going to go up 17-3 here. All because of bad penalties being called that shouldn't have been called. Unreal. Oh. So when these penalties are being called like this, what do you do as a defense? You can't. It collars you so much. It makes it where you can't. You feel like you can't even play. You know. So it's more than just a couple bad calls. This changes the entire mentality of the defense when you're getting these penalties. I feel like Weaver needs to just call everybody together and be like, go out there and bash some skulls, regardless of the penalty flags from this point on. Just go kill people. Um, there's nothing we can do to stop these penalties from being called. That's 5 penalties called on our defense that are absolutely trash. Should not have been called. Somebody fight me on this, please. Tell me which penalties should have been called. None of them. This is absolute trash. The Browns are on the tip of the cup on this drive because of penalties, and the last touchdown was because of penalties, and the field goal was because of penalties. This is ridiculous. The Browns are being handed this game in a basket. It's unreal. Direct snap to Judkins. Judkins in the end zone, and that's a touchdown for the referees. So far we are looking at Miami Dolphins 3. I'm sorry, Miami Dolphins 3, and the Cleveland referees 17. Absolutely ridiculous. This is what happens when referees get over involved. Dolphins defense is getting hosed by the referees. That's the story of this game so far. All 17 points off of horrible penalties called against the Miami Dolphins. The Cleveland Browns should have 0 points in this game. 0, not 17. I'm not even going to pretend it's anything else, ladies and gentlemen. Elwood, I've lost count. 20 something. Well, you're looking at 14 points down. This is going to be hard to come back from, especially since you're playing literally 11 people against on the Dolphins playing against the Browns and the referees. So it's 11 on 17. This is a pretty tough way to win a football game, especially when you're down 14 already because of those extra 6 players. I mean, this is egregious. This is horrible. I'm usually the last one to blame anything on referees just because that's the way the game goes. But in a situation like this is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know, Blake. I don't know right now. We'll see. There's an opportunity here, but the frank part of this is that this opportunity shouldn't even exist. This should not be what's happening here. And the only reason it is because of horrible penalty calls that should not be called. I can't say that enough. The defense has played well, and they're being screwed by bad calls. So even Cleveland fans, if there's any Cleveland fans that see this, weigh in, because you've got to admit that these penalties are horrible. Fantastic return off the kickoff by Malik Washington, 40 yards. Dolphins up near the 50. So good start there. Miami Dolphins offense needs to take this game over. Forget about the fact that you're 1-5. Miami needs to come out here with this offense and do some damage. They need to turn this game around, regardless of the freaking referees. Give the defense a little bit of a break, and it starts out well with a false start. That's the first penalty against the Dolphins that actually should have been called. Wow. I'm going to be a little late coming back in the second half. I'll get on as soon as I can. I'll be back on for sure. I just don't know exactly what time it's going to be on, but I'll definitely be opening up the stream for my second half / recap of the game. I'll have an open stream as always. Just not sure exactly how long I'm going to be before I get back, but I'll be back. I promise. Jeez. It's ridiculous. Short pass. That'll bring us 2nd and 13. Third and 13 after the incomplete pass. Not good. Holy crap, a penalty against the Browns. Illegal contact. I have to look at it again to see if it was actually a good call. Like I said, I'm not just excited for a penalty to be called against the Browns. I want to make sure that it's a good call, because right now these referees are ruining this game. I don't want a first down off of a bad call. My dogs are going nuts. Negative 3-yard carry. 3rd and 13. Not looking good. I don't know. I think Flo kind of got raw dogged a little bit, but there was a lot more issues there with Flores. Everybody wants to forget about the fact that it wasn't just the thing with Tua that was the issue. I mean, every player on or every coach on that team hated him. We got to think about the whole big picture there. I like Flo. I think he's a fantastic defensive coordinator. I don't think at that point, I don't think he was ready to be a head coach. He might be now, but yeah, this is not good. Punt the ball away. Boy, oh boy. Solid punt, fair catch called for. Browns will take the ball at the 10-yard line and wait for the next slew of penalties called by the referees to get the Browns down the field. How about this? Just fire everyone. Can we just do that? I mean, I'd be good with that. Just fire everybody. Oh my goodness. Man, they got to do something. I mean, regardless of the horrible calls for penalties so far, I mean, they've got to do something. The Dolphins need something to change. They've got to make it happen. That's the bottom line. If they're playing against the referees and the other team, then that's what they're got to do. They've got to do something. If this continues, this is not only going to be a loss for Miami, this is going to be a blowout. We're talking 30-something to 3. Not good. Jeez. Loss of 2 yards for Judkins. Something. We need something to happen here. It's just not working out the way it's going. So, negative 2-yard carry for Judkins. That's not great. But you got to also. I mean, I'm not making any excuses here, but these penalties are none of them should have been called, and all 17 of the Browns' points came off of horrible penalty calls. So I mean, the way the game is being officiated is not helping at all. 17 points off of penalties for the Browns, and that's unacceptable, especially when the penalties shouldn't have been called. So I know it's early, but right now, the way this is going, this is going to be a blowout for the Browns. They're gonna get a big win here, unless something changes. Solid stop by the defense there. Solid stop. Needed that. You need to get a touchdown here before the half. That's for sure. That has to happen. Um, Solid return here. 11-yard return from Malik Washington. Receives it at the 49. Takes it down to the 40. So the Dolphins are in a good position here to get some points, and they need them badly. You cannot go into the half down 17-3. You need a touchdown. Yeah, we know. I mean, they're making everybody look good. It's um, the run game is hard to stop, and I will say this. Like I said, I'm going to call it like I see it. Um, except for one, I'll say two run plays where Judkins actually got loose. Um, the Dolphins have done a good job stopping the run as a whole, but those two plays where he got loose, bad things happened. Those plays never should have happened in the first place because they shouldn't have had the ball. But I digress. Mm. Tua needs to get something going here. It's that simple. I actually did a live stream. I don't know if you're a subscriber or not, man, but I did a live stream last week where I talked about the Miami Dolphins defense being historically bad, not just as a team for the team of the Miami Dolphins, but in the history of the NFL. Um, and as of now, up to this point, the Miami Dolphins defense is one of the most horrible defenses in NFL history up to this point. And if they continue for the rest of the season at this clip, they will be one of the worst defenses in NFL history, and that's not good. So you're right there. They are not doing well as a whole for the defense at all, and the offense hasn't been great either. So it's been a rough year for Miami. Those of you that are new, make sure you subscribe, throw a like down. If you if you want to check out the other videos, please do that. There's a lot of good content that I put out for everybody. Gotta love the false starts on one of the worst offensive linemen in the NFL, Larry Borum. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15 for Miami. Good Lord. Jeez. Tua takes the sack for 6-yard loss. It's going to bring up 2nd and 21. Dolphins have walked themselves out of field goal range. There you go, Achane. Yeah, he is a beast. He's one of the few bright spots on this team. Devon Achane picks up the first down on 2nd and 21. Off tackle. Just great running by him. Good blocking, too. Got to give the credit there. Jonas Vainai is having a decent game so far. I've noticed that he's playing pretty well. Larry Borum is playing like absolute dog trash. And as far as the offensive line picks by Greer, DW, right? Austin Jackson can't stay healthy. Then they signed him to a contract, which is, I agree, it's criminal. He's just making money not to do anything. James Daniels that they signed in free agency is just not working out because he's not playing. He played 6 snaps, got hurt, and hasn't played since. It's frustrating. Definitely frustrating. Need to get something going here before the half's over. And I'm going to have to get out of here in about 8 minutes, and then I will return. What I'll likely do is just start a whole new stream when I return. So I'll end this stream here in a few minutes, and then we get the ball after the first half. Elwood, definitely. At the start of the second half, we'll get the ball. Achane for the 4-yard carry. He'll bring up 2nd and 6 for Miami. Cannot go in here with a field goal. Need to get into the end zone. Third and 6 after the incompletion to Waddle over the middle. Oh, left, sorry. Not over the middle. That was a good ball by Tua on that fast left to Waddle there. It was in his hands. That was a good throw. Just didn't. Like I said, I'll pick on Tua when he does something wrong, but that was a good throw by Tua. Waddle just couldn't come down with it there. And that incompletion will bring up 4th down and 6 for Miami. What are they going to do? No, it's more than that, Elwood. Oh, man. What just happened? Unnecessary roughness? Wow, Miami gets bailed out. So Miami Dolphins get the ball back after the penalty. Bailed out. Oh, fumble by Tua. Fantastic. Well done, Tua. Once again, he cannot handle a wet ball. Jeez. Tua on the scramble up the middle for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 6. 4th and 6. Miami takes the field goal, gets to 6 points. So the score at halftime is Cleveland 17, Miami 6. They'll get the ball at the start of the second half. So we'll take it over from there. I'm going to get out of here. I'll start up a new stream when I return, and I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Those of you guys that are here, make sure to throw a like and come back for the second half stream, okay? We'll see you guys later. Thanks.